How's it going, guys? TFF back here with another video going through my power rankings after week 4. Starting in last place at number 32, Houston Texans. Big loss against the Buffalo Bills, not really putting up even a point. Without Tyrod Taylor, they look kind of lost. Brandon Cooks is still doing well offensively, but other than that, it's pretty hopeless right now. At 31, Detroit Lions, 0-4 on the season. It was a tough loss, 24-14, to a Bears team who isn't great offensively or defensively. I really think they have lots of spots for improvement. They do have some bright spots, but that defense nor their offense isn't very viable at the moment. At number 30, Jacksonville Jaguars. They put up a good fight against the Cincinnati Bengals. It was a heartbreaking loss in overtime, and I think they showed enough to seem like they're better than the other two teams, but still not a great team in general. At number 29, Chicago Bears won a second game here. They're 2-2, but their offense just doesn't look very impactful. Justin Fields is officially now the quarterback of the team. He had some good throws. Allen Robinson really needs to start getting involved in the offense, and with David Montgomery gone, it's going to be a tough uphill road to climb for the Chicago Bears. At number 28, New York Jets. It was an interesting game. They did beat the Titans, which is very surprising. Zach Wilson played okay. Corey Davis played good, but I don't think that this is a team that's going to win too many more games, especially in a very tough division. At number 27, Atlanta Falcons. Interesting game. It was Matt Ryan in a nutshell has a very good game, has some poor ones, and the Atlanta Falcons are not consistent enough to become an upper echelon team. Cordell Patterson scoring 3 touchdowns is remarkable, especially when Mike Davis is supposed to be the lead back of that offense. Patterson has really showed up for them. I don't see that being consistent, and I don't see the Falcons winning many more games. At number 26, Miami Dolphins. Without Tua, Jacoby Brissett is the quarterback here, and he's not looking too bad, but he's not looking great either. It was a tough loss to the Colts, to a Colts team that I don't think is necessarily great. It's just not a good look for the Dolphins right now. At number 25, a team that really is disappointing me as of recently, Philadelphia Eagles. Yeah, they're facing the Kansas City Chiefs, and I guess they were in the game for a half, but after that it kind of fell apart. Jalen Hurts fumbling, although he's an elite fantasy quarterback, he's not too great in real life, and I'm just really disappointed with the Eagles so far. At number 24, New York Giants. Saquon Barkley really went off this past game. They've been in a couple close games, but wow, what a performance by Barkley. It's a tough Saints defense, and they really prove that they can keep up with that kind of defense and offense. I'm looking forward to them. Number 23, Washington football team. Heineke was looking pretty good. They did do okay. He's an interesting quarterback, but Terry McLaurin is really the one you should be looking out for. Fantastic performance again. Additionally, Antonio Gibson getting involved. I think he got a little bit banged up, and Washington could still push for that division title over a Dallas team. At number 22, New England Patriots. Tough loss to the Buccaneers. Mac Jones looked great. I think this is about where they're going to be for the rest of the season. At 21, Indianapolis Colts. I'm not a big fan of this team. Jonathan Taylor finally got a touchdown. He finally got going, but offensively and defensively, they're not looking too great. At number 20, a team that started off with a bang, the Pittsburgh Steelers. It's pretty much Najee Harris' show on offense. He's getting most of the production and most of the workload offensively and defensively. They haven't been looking strong. Tough start to the season after such an emphatic win against the Bills. At number 19, New Orleans Saints, another emphatic start that's kind of fizzled out. It's interesting that they lost to the Giants. That should have been an easy win for a team that has so much talent. I'm interested to see what Michael Thomas brings to the table once he returns from injury. At number 18, Tennessee Titans. Just you can't be losing that game. I understand they don't have A.J. Brown or Julio Jones, but you just can't be losing to the Jets. So they slipped down in my projections. At number 17, Minnesota Vikings. They haven't been looking too terrible. Kirk Cousins has been okay. Dalvin Cook's been a little bit banged up. Thielen and Jefferson also producing. It's just they couldn't do much against a Cleveland Browns team that didn't put up much points themselves. With so many weapons offensively, I was expecting more points than just 7 against Cleveland. At number 16, Denver Broncos. They did lose to the Baltimore Ravens. Teddy Bridgewater didn't look too good in this game. I think that this is about where they're going to be, a middle of the pack team, and not that undefeated team that many people expect them to be after the first few weeks. At number 15, Cincinnati Bengals. Very, very impressive offensive performance from Joe Burrow and the offense there. This is especially without T. Higgins playing, and now Joe Mixon is a little bit banged up. I think they're a solid offensive team. Defensively, they allow too many points to the Jacksonville Jaguars. It's going to be interesting to see what happens there. At number 14, Carolina Panthers, and I think that I might slide them up next week since they got Stephon Gilmore today. Fantastic move for them. I think that they took their first loss of the season pretty hardly, but this is without Christian McCaffrey. Of course, he's still injured. Dak Prescott really lifted them up, and I think for such a great defense, they really got carved up in this last week. At number 13, we got the San Francisco 49ers. Interesting team. Trey Lance is looking like he's going to be the starting quarterback, and it's going to be interesting to see what he does. Deebo Samuel has been having a phenomenal season. George Kittle has been quiet, and with that running back carousel, it's going to be interesting to see how they do in the future. At number 12, Seattle Seahawks. 2-2 record currently. Russell Wilson is playing pretty good. However, it's just not come all together for the Seahawks. I do see that turning around, but currently they're just not a great team. At number 11, just took their first loss of the season, Las Vegas Raiders. Derek Carr did not look great in that first half. He came out looking great, but that Chargers team is very powerful, and the Raiders just couldn't keep up with that. At number 10, Cleveland Browns. They kind of dominated the Bears last week, and they put up a solid performance this week against the Minnesota Vikings. I think this is a solid place for them. At number 9, Los Angeles Rams. They did take a loss to the Cardinals, and it was kind of a little bit of a blowout. It was a fumble and an interception that really cost them the game. I think they can move up again pretty soon. At number 8, Kansas City Chiefs, 2-2 record. They should be much higher than this. These are unconventional times or unconventional losses for the Kansas City Chiefs, although they did win this week against the Eagles, who aren't a great team, but the tougher matchup comes this week against the Buffalo Bills. At number 7, LA Chargers, looking fantastic, demolishing really the Raiders. Eckler looked great. Herbert looked great. Allen looked great. Mike Williams needs to get involved a little bit more than he did last game, and they'll be a phenomenal team. At number 6, Dallas Cowboys, MVP Dak Prescott. I'm not even a Cowboys fan. I quite dislike them actually, but Dak Prescott has been playing fantastic as of recently, and he's in the MVP conversation. Micah Parsons and that whole defense has been playing phenomenal. At number 5, Baltimore Ravens. Not a hugely impressive win, but Lamar Jackson has been looking better, and that running back carousel there as well with no true starter is going to be really influential in a run-heavy offense. At number 4, the Green Bay Packers. They look good. The Steelers aren't a great team, and they really dominated them on both sides of the ball. Aaron Rodgers is starting to look like himself again, and what a season Aaron Jones has been having so far. At number 3, Buffalo Bills. Fantastic win against the Houston Texans, offensively, defensively. Back-to-back weeks of fantastic defensive performance. It'll be interesting to see what's going to happen on Sunday night, against the Kansas City Chiefs. Number 2, the Bucks. Tough win against the Patriots. Really shouldn't have been that tough. I'm looking forward to seeing them the rest of the season. The Patriots should not have been that tough of a challenge, but the Buccaneers did squeak it out. And at number 1, the only team left in the NFL that is undefeated is the Arizona Cardinals. Fantastic looking offense. Kyler Murray. DeAndre Hopkins hasn't been great, but he's been good enough. And that offense is just explosive currently. Defensively, they're playing great as well. Only undefeated team, so it's only fair that I make them the number 1 team on this week's Power Rankings. Thank you guys so much. TFF out. Like and subscribe.